Alright, so it's very sunny today in Abuja. So I parked my vehicle here, and by the time I got back, well, I think I stayed for like 3 hours or more. I think, yeah, give it 3 4 hours. So the interior is very very hot. So I have to, as usual, once it becomes hot, I'll leave the door open to allow it to, for fresh air to come in and take out most of the cool air before I start the vehicle. It takes about maybe 3 minutes or so max. I don't stay up to 3 minutes, and then I start off and move. However, I decided to do a video while I'm waiting. Actually, because there's something that have been going on in my mind, so I want to talk about it. So even before, in fact, this morning I put some of the things I'll need to do the video in my vehicle. So any opportunity I have, I'm going to talk about it. Now let's get to the video, or to the main reason why I'm doing this video. It's about Peugeot 407 V6. There's always this concern from people, calling, or when I'm with them, or when they bring their Peugeot 407 to me. Every once in a while it may come up. The concern will come up, in terms of questions. They will be like, is there Peugeot 407 V6 manual, or are they all automatic? Some will be like, should I buy the automatic, and is there a possibility of converting it to manual in case in future I want to do it? So of course I do explain it to them the best I can, but I think it will also make sense if I do a video on that, so that it will be out there, not just to Nigerians or people who can easily access me one-on-one, or who can send me message to respond to them, or who can pay for consultancy service. So at least it's out there for the entire world. Anybody that intend to buy Peugeot 407 V6 or have Peugeot 407 V6, you may need to know this, especially if you have a thing for manual transmission. I'm not saying it concerns every user of Peugeot 407 V6, but those who have a thing for manual. Okay, let's start. Peugeot 407 V6 Saloon and SW. That SW is station wagon or estate. Sometimes Peugeot call it estate. So Peugeot 407 V6, as long as it has V6 engine, and the sedan or saloon or station wagon, they all come in automatic transmission. As far as I'm concerned, none was produced with manual gearbox, as long as it has V6 engine in the engine bay. The only Peugeot 407 V6 that has manual transmission is coupe. I don't know how they pronounce it. It's more like a French word, so I don't know the real pronunciation, but I call it coupe. It ended with E. So that's the only one you can get with manual transmission. So if you are really interested in Peugeot 407 V6 and you want a stick shift, then you have to go for coupe. Unless you don't like coupe, then you go for the saloon. Okay, for those who probably have the saloon, or considering getting saloon but wouldn't mind to change to manual, some may be wondering, is it possible? Because those are some of the questions. Yes, it's possible. However, there are issues. I've never done it, but it can be cracked. The reason why I've never done it, because it's not like people have not been asking if it's doable. Can I do it? But the thing is, I've never done it because I've not cracked how to do it. Because I've done the calculation in my head based on what I see in the engine bay and the electrical part, and realize that it's going to be a big challenge on just one part of the conversion, and that is the mechanical. So the electrical could be, but that's not an issue. So yes, it can be done, but I want to show you guys why there will be a big obstacle in the process, and how the obstacle can be fixed. That's if you can go around it or find a way to deal with it. Okay, so I think I'll have to show you guys. Let me calm down. Hold on. Alright. So okay, let me sit down. I think the heat has dropped. So let's start here. Hold on, guys. I need to. So these are all what do you even call these things? Gearbox mount bracket. Yes, gearbox mount bracket. Now for Peugeot 407, for those who are familiar with it or have Peugeot 407 or know the technical part of vehicles, you could tell that this is the mount bracket for Peugeot 407. Even Peugeot 607 phase 2, this is the type of bracket they use. I'm talking about, let me remove this one so I won't get confused. This particular design, you can see it. Now that's the one you'll find in all Peugeot 407, especially at least with petrol engine. Even with diesel, I think they all come like this. And this particular one, if I let me put it in a different way, if you see any Peugeot 407 that has this bracket, this mount bracket with this B engraved here, it means it's for manual EW12 J4 gearbox. That's it's meant for Peugeot 407 with EW12 J4 engine that has a 6-speed manual gearbox. So that's how the engine mount bracket is for Peugeot 407. While in Peugeot 406, Peugeot 607 phase 1, and some other Peugeot cars with that V6 engine, even 4-cylinder engines and the rest, produced between that 99 to 2000 and 2010 or thereabouts. This is the kind of mount they use. Apart from Peugeot 407, even 307, every other one, this is what they use, 406 and the rest, instead of this, so you can see it now. So what that happened is this: Peugeot 407, like I said, Peugeot 407 V6 coupe manual, it also has something like this. I'm not sure it's identical exactly, but it's the same design, right? This exactly. So it will be easier if you are not doing the convert, because you may not be able to get, like I said, it's only coupe that has a V6 manual and 407, only coupe, and they are not that common, or probably not many of them were sold. So to get one, if you want to do a conversion, so it may be very, very difficult to find a 6-speed manual transmission. Even if you did, it may also be very difficult to get this on it, because like I said, I don't think it's exactly, because the part numbers are different. There's a part number of 407 6-speed manual for the EW12J4 and the 407 V6 manual for the V6. This mount, the part numbers are not the same, so I want to believe the design will be different. It may not match. That's what I think. So the easiest way of converting Peugeot 407 V6 Saloon or station wagon to manual is just to go for the 5-speed manual. There are a lot of them, they are very much available. So the only thing is the 5-speed manual, which you get from Peugeot 406, 607 phase 1, and other Peugeot cars or PSF vehicle. This is the kind of mount you will see, the bracket, right? This is the kind of bracket. So when you now get this bracket, so this one is not actually for the V6, but I just wanted to use it. But it's just the same design, but I think from here it's a little bit wider for the V6 or something. So if you use this one, if you want it to put it on V6, it will not match. So this, if you know this, so it means that for you to do the conversion easily, since you can't get this, you have to use no, let me rephrase it. Since the easiest gearbox to use for the conversion or the one you can easily get, is the 5-speed manual gearbox from Peugeot 406 and the rest. This is what you may end up, this is the only thing you can use for the conversion. It's only that when you now come to 407, you can't use this. You know why? For example, okay, now this is where this one comes in. This is the one that will be bolted on the chassis. This one, okay, let me do something here. This is the mount bed plate. They call it bed plate or something like that. You know, this is the mount bushing. So this is for Peugeot 407 V6 automatic. That's why I removed this one came out for. So this one is for V6 5-speed manual. So of course, this is how you mount it. You know, this one will now come out of here. You know, though like I said, this particular one down here is not for V6. So the V6 one, this place will be longer, so that you will not tighten it. So what now happens is this one will sit on the chassis. As it is like this, it will sit on the chassis, and there is a hole where you put bolts here and then tight it on the chassis. Likewise here as well. So it has 4 places, here and here, and then here. But on 407, because the 407 one, they didn't design it to work with this type of bed, gearbox bed, mount bed plate. So you can't find anywhere, you can't put this one on it. I don't think it can ever work because of the design, the way the chassis is curved. So this will not sit. So the only type that will sit is this one. This one has its own mount. It's completely different from this. So that's the only one that can sit on 407, irrespective of engine. So there's a type that one comes here, you now tight it here, right? So for you to use, so it means you can't use this, even though this one is easily available. The gearbox, because the gearbox you get is this type that will work. Why this one will not work? Let me explain. If you get Peugeot, you get gearbox, 5-speed manual gearbox or V6 engine in 406 and the rest. This one, if you put this thing, it will sit well. This bolt, if you pass it, it will enter the gearbox. You can tie this and this to the gearbox. However, this one, because it's supposed to have up to 3 holes to tighten this particular bracket, so it can sit on the gearbox just like this. You can see also has 3 holes. So it needs to guide on the gearbox with 3 bolts. Otherwise, it will not sit properly. So if you put it, only this 1, 2 will guide, will fit into the hole on the gearbox for the 5-speed. For the 5-speed manual gearbox, only this one will enter. It will sit very well. But the 3rd bolt on the 3rd hole on the gearbox, where you're supposed to bolt in, this one will now be somewhere here. I don't know if you guys understand it. Hold on. And I keep my listen. Okay. So it will now be here. So for on the gearbox, this will fit, but this one will be somewhere here on the gearbox. So if you pass bolt from here, you won't be able to bolt it anywhere on the gear. It's here. So the easiest way to actually do this, I don't know, that's why I say I need to crack it, is to find a way. Maybe if you have a way, you can actually comment to find a way to mold something like this. I've already done the measurement where the hole is, something like this, so that this hole, this will still remain. Then they will provide something like, something like this to now be here. So instead of this to come like, even if this is here, still here, fine, you won't be doing anything, but they'll still add something else from here to stop somewhere here. You now perforate, something like this, perforate it, so that you can pass both to enter and tight guide or bolt on the gearbox from here. Because if you bolt in this thing, if you put this thing and tie this and this on the gearbox, it will hold. But once the car start moving, because this place is not secured, it's likely going to break. In fact, your car will be jumping. I don't know, I don't think it will even be safe. It's supposed to guide very well on the gearbox so that the three sides will hold it very well. So that's what I need to do. That's the only thing that I've not been able to crack on how one can convert Peugeot 407 V6. Just this. Because once I can crack this one or get something that will fit in on the gearbox so that it will still work with the gearbox mount, the one that will now be on the chassis, something like this, except this one is not for 407, but something like this that comes with the bushing or the mount to guide here. So I've actually given it some thought. If I can get a good welder, they may design something that may not be a cast like this. They could use a rod or I don't know, very big iron and create something to have this kind of shape. Have this hole way here. So now make it maybe the plate, this thing will be maybe as big from here to here, then to here. I don't know if you understand. Instead of it to just curve like this, they will just make it to be from here, it will be big, then come to this side and here. Then we place this on the gearbox and now measure where that hole is and perforate. Remember, the bolt doesn't guide on this. The only place it guides is here, the one that comes from this type of this thing. But this one is just for the bolt to pass through and hold this thing on the gear. It's on the gearbox that the thread is. So all you need is to create something that will reach here, then perforate it, perforate it, perforate it. And it has the same length. And we also have something where you can bolt in the gearbox mount here that will come from the chassis. I don't know, it may not make sense. What I'm saying here may not make a lot of sense, or maybe I don't know how to explain it or present it. You know, the thing is, you know, I know what I'm doing, or I know what the issue is. So, but somebody like who is technical will understand what I mean. It doesn't matter if you don't understand it. It means just probably not a technical person, and it may be difficult for you to do. But it's very easy and simple. But I'm just trying to put in the words the best I can. So that's the only way to convert Peugeot 407 mechanically, and everything will be sound. Another obstacle that will come up, but it can be dealt with, is the engine ECU is programmed to work only with automatic gearbox. So when you do the conversion, put the manual, the ABS will stay on permanently. The another way of dealing with it is you buy the engine ECU for the V6 coupe manual. Of course, it will work if you can get a new one. Let's say as a way you can program the used one. If you find the used one, program it to work without opening it and messing it up. You know, but that's the only way for it to work without showing you that ABS line. The ABS warning sign is you change the ECU and put the manual one. If you can get brand new one for Peugeot 407 V6 coupe manual, just put it, program it to the warning will go away. Because they program the automatic one, the Saloon 407 V6 Saloon, so that the gearbox and the ABS must be in ECUs, must interact with each other to the engine ECU. So all those work. Engine ECU, they communicate with each other. So once you remove automatic gearbox, the engine ECU start giving you that warning that something is wrong. You know. And once you program from the engine ECU, you cut it up, it start working well. But the way they program, like I said, you can't change that configuration. It stays permanently on automatic. So, but the other people, I've seen a website. In fact, somebody sent me a website of some guys, is it UK, that can program your engine ECU to work. You know, either they will remove it from automatic and make it manual, or change it from manual to auto. You know, there are people who are that technical. so they can do that for you, or you buy another one. So but you can also do without, you can live without ABS one on. Of course, as long as the only thing I'm not confirmed is if it will actually affect the ABS, because the only thing I've noticed is when you scan, you put your scan to, you just be telling you that, oh, it's not seeing the automatic gearbox. That's all. It's not like all the wheel sensors or the block will stop working, ABS block will stop working completely. No, it's just the fault that is not seeing the transmission. So if it doesn't, if it still prevents anti-lock, no, it's more like locking. It prevents the wheels from locking itself and still do its work well, even though the warning sign is there. But personally, I will ignore it. It's not a big deal. That's why I said that one is not the main thing. The main thing is this. Now, for those who don't know where this one sits, I'm going to use. Okay, this is my Peugeot 406. 607, so it's not actually a 407. That makes sense if I use my 407 to explain this. Let's find out. Okay. Alright, so I'm not sure you can see. It's covered, but this is exactly where all those things I've explained. Let me bring it so you guys understand. Okay, this is one. So this where all my explanation about the engine mount bracket is somewhere here. How just to mount it, to get it to sit up and hang on the chassis. So this one sits on the gearbox like this. While there's another one. Let me bring that one. Okay. Even though it's not for 407, I don't think this one will work. But this will work on 406. No, 607. Like I said, this is for 607. Though this is for automatic. So this one will now sit on the chassis here, just facing like this, down there. While this will sit on the gearbox. So. But for 407, it comes with bolts. There's something where you now guide here to this, so it will sit like this. It will not be like this. Don't know if you guys are seeing it. Then this one will sit on the chassis. These two holes, we bolt it on the chassis. Then this one will be on the gearbox. Then you now tighten these two bolts. There will be hole on this bracket. Then you tighten it, so it will hold the gearbox from falling out. So the problem is not this, so that you can use the one that is meant for 407 and now find a way to deal with this. Now there are so many of these things, different shapes, like even 4-cylinder EW10 automatic V6, they all have different shapes. Even though it's exactly the same design, but the holes are done differently. This one may be here for the V6 automatic, and this one somewhere here. This one, so they have different. It's not like they all have the same. The holes are exactly the same spot. No, they're different. So you may find one that can fit in, that you can place like this, and the 3 holes will match the manual gearbox from 406, which is 5-speed. Or you can find a blacksmith person who can mold something like this, even though it may not make sense or may not be safe if the person doesn't use good quality this thing. Mold something like this, and now, like I said, I increase this space from here to here to here, so I can create this hole here instead of here, and then tighten it on the gearbox. The only problem with this now is because this thing didn't get to this place. I didn't mean it got to this place, it be done. So that's the only thing I need to find a way to crack. I need to crack. Once I crack this thing, then Anybody who is interested in converting his Peugeot 407 V6 automatic, then consider it done, as long as you bring it to me. Or if you are not, if probably you are considering buying one and you also have in mind to convert it to manual in future, now you have a way. But if you don't want, see guys, it's not like the automatic, the AM6 6-speed automatic gearbox in 607 is bad. No, the 407 V6 is bad. There are some people, the way I talk it sometimes, they make it look as if, so you're saying you shouldn't buy V6 automatic 407. Are you trying to say that it's not reliable? Or are you trying to say this and that, or it's not durable? No, that's not what I'm saying. Hold on, guys. So, completely off. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we have people that are just into stick shift cars. They are just manual freaks, you know. So the automatic doesn't really give them what they want. So they will end up sometimes selling off the car because it doesn't really give them, you know. I know a guy that bought a 407 V6, very clean one. He actually imported it, and he could swear by it that he has been missing a lot. He didn't even know that 407 V6 can be this good, and he went and bought EW10. In fact, he started with, I've known him with, is it 307? Yeah. Then later he got Peugeot 407 EW10J4 automatic, and then later on he switched to that 407 V6. So I was surprised that he called me one day and said he has sold the 407 automatic. You know, he said he just realized that he's just a manual person. That even though the engine has so much power, but he wasn't feeling it that much. Probably because of the gearbox. So he ended up going back to 406 and bought 406 with manual transmission. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Don't take my word that, or don't mistake my word or misinterpret it that I'm saying automatic gearbox in Peugeot 407 V6 is problematic, so convert yours. No. And you can also enjoy it too. You can actually enjoy it if you are really into automatic. Yeah, there are ways you can enjoy it. I'm going to do a video on fun drive, probably tomorrow or something. You know, how to do fun drive, because most people think that fun drive is all about speed. No, that's not what fun drive is about. Yeah, speed, but that's not the most important part of the fun drive. So you can actually enjoy it. And Peugeot automatic gearbox, they also put some, you know, controls for the automatic gearbox that can make it fun. But you know, when you compare it to manual, there's a lot of difference. They're not much. So nothing much. So let's see. You never know. Maybe one day I'll do a video and only to report to you guys that I found a way to create that mount to work. I don't know. Who knows? Or maybe the two bolts may be able to hold the gearbox. It may be enough to hold the gearbox. Who knows? You know. Or if not, maybe if you've seen someone who have done it and you know how you did it, you can put the comment, you know, explaining how he was able to crack the code or mount it. Or maybe the bed plate from this what's it called, from 607 or 406, if it will fit on 407 chassis. You can also comment, but it doesn't look like it will work, because I've seen the 407 chassis where they mounted that bed plate like this. You know, it's not really smooth, so this one is straight. Alright, I think I've done my best in explaining. So for those who want to, if you are really into manual and you want to enjoy Peugeot 407 V6, you know, the power of that V6, and you really want it to be manual, just go and buy 407 V6 coupe manual. They have manual, it's 6-speed manual. You will enjoy it. So some people don't like the coupe. But to me, the coupe looks finer than even the saloon and the station wagon. But I know beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, so I can't really say much. But if I were into 407, it's the coupe that I will buy. I will not buy the saloon. The saloon is not ugly or anything, but it's just like the coupe looks better to me. Alright, so you can attend 5 one more signing out.